Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2020 Better Business Bureau Student of Integrity Scholarship Awards. Although this ceremony looks a little bit different than we've had in past years, we still are very excited to have the opportunity to recognize and celebrate our students today. Please make sure you stay until the end of the event, as we'll all have the opportunity to hear directly from our students what integrity means to them. Before we get started, I would like to recognize our sponsors who have made this scholarship program possible. They're committed to the BBB standards of trust and support this next generation of leaders who embody integrity. Our presenting sponsors are Blue, Northwest Ace Hardware, and First Team Auto Mall. Our corporate sponsors are Adams Construction Company, Audiotronics, Cole & Associates CPAs, Member One Federal Credit Union, Tech Squared, and Whistler Plumbing. And our patron sponsors are Anderson Reed, Brown Edwards, Dixon Hubbard Fine Iron Brown, Dodson Pest Control, Ethos Technologies, Friendship, Magic City, Hart Motor Company, Miller Long & Associates, ServPro of Montgomery, Pulaski, and Roanoke counties, Sherwood Memorial Park, Shively Electric, Specialized Saw and Motor, and Webb's Oil Corporation. Now we're going to have the opportunity to hear a few words from our wonderful sponsors.
Trust and integrity, built over years, can be completely dismantled with a single act. While the truth may hurt, both in the business world and personal relationships, it is always less painful than recovering from broken trust. This is why Tech Squared supports the BBB Student of Integrity Scholarship Program each and every year. Congratulations to the students for being chosen for this award and for living a life of integrity.
At Shively Electric, we're proud to be a sponsor of the 2020 Student of Integrity Scholarship. Thank you for applying. Integrity means so much in your success of life. So congratulations and have a wonderful college career.
Sherwood Memorial Park chooses to support this scholarship because integrity is so important, and we really see that nowadays especially. It's so important to have young people that are not only intelligent and ready to go out and conquer the world, but do it with a sense of integrity and honor. And we are just so happy to support this. Congratulations to this year's BBB scholarship recipients.
At Member One Federal Credit Union, one of the pillars of community giving is education. And we are always seeking opportunities to make a meaningful impact in the lives of students looking to further their education. We also believe strongly in helping to develop the next generation of ethical business leaders. A student who embodies integrity never settles for less than what is right and always strives to make correct choices. And most of all, never loses hope for a better tomorrow. Thank you, students, for demonstrating integrity in your lives.
All right, so building a foundation of integrity, ethics, and things of that nature are critical for a young student as they go off to college. The major reason being, as they go to college, many of them are living on their own for the first time, and they're starting to make decisions when nobody else is around. And that is a critical thing when you think about it, that hey, mom and dad aren't there to be a soundboard to when I have to make this decision. So if you don't develop ethics early, if you don't develop integrity early, there's a chance you're going to stray and you're going to make a lot of mistakes that many of us at my age say, I wish we wouldn't have made. And so those are just core principles as you go away, never to forget who you are. And that's why, again, we feel that integrity, students that can display that, ethics, the person you are when nobody is around, that is the person you want to always be.
It sure is nice to celebrate success, which is what a scholarship is. But it's also nice to reach for things that are higher, things that are nobler. And what this scholarship rewards is those higher and better things. So when you go up life's ladder, where we are with this scholarship is real rewarding people that do things right for the right reason. Get interested in something, and instead of sliding by, remember that you get out of school and out of anything you do what you put into it. So if you want to put nothing into it, that's what you're going to get out of it. Sorry everybody's not sitting in the room saying hi to everybody. And I'm glad that we're still handing out the recognition and the scholarship. Go 2020.
Thank you so much to our sponsors for those wonderful words of wisdom and encouragement. We're very blessed to have a lot of great sponsors who make this program possible for us. You've heard our sponsors speak on the importance of integrity and trust, and Better Business Bureau wholeheartedly agrees. For over 100 years, the BBB name has been synonymous with trust. This year, we are celebrating 80 years of serving Western Virginia. And to be able to share our rich history with these incredible students who embody our vision of a life of integrity, both in business and in everyday life, is truly a privilege and an honor. BBB's Student of Integrity Scholarship Program is designed to honor high school seniors in our 32 county service area who personify ethics through leadership, community service, and overall personal integrity. Since the program's inception in 2003, BBB has received more than 2,200 scholarship applications from over 150 schools and awarded $195,000 in scholarships to 217 deserving students throughout Western Virginia. This year, the committee received more than 200 scholarship applications. As you can imagine, it is never easy to choose our recipients. Thankfully, we have a dedicated selection committee who are committed to this program. I would like to recognize these members of the committee who devoted their time and expertise to these selections. We have John Ferguson, who is the president of Audiotronics, Connie Ratcliffe, who is a retired educator and administrator for Roanoke City Public Schools, and Alan Wade, who's executive vice president at Member One Federal Credit Union. The criteria for our scholarship award includes more than simply writing an essay. The committee searches for well-rounded, exceptional students, and the awards criteria is split three ways: 40% for the essay, 30% for demonstrated leadership roles, and 30% for extracurricular activities. Our scholarship recipients are deemed students of integrity for a reason. For their essay, we asked each applicant to write about how they demonstrate integrity in their lives. Being a student of integrity means being committed to a life that matters. What matters is your character and your acts of compassion, courage, and sacrifice that encourage others to emulate your example. Acting with integrity requires 3 steps: discerning what is right and what is wrong, acting on what you have discerned, even at a personal cost, and saying openly that you are acting on your understanding of right and wrong. We were all incredibly impressed when reading our scholarship recipients' responses and are proud to have such exceptional students in our area. I know you will feel confident and energized about our future direction of our community when you hear their words and accomplishments. And now that leads us to the reason why we're all here. It's time to recognize our recipients. First, we have Melissa Anderson with Martinsville High School. Melissa credits her father and her work experience for reinforcing the importance of integrity and responsibility and for helping to shape her character. She is most proud of being president of her Student Council Association because it is not only a personal achievement, but also gave her the ability to help improve the lives of her fellow students. In addition, Melissa was her high school's cheer captain, involved in Health Occupation Students of America, and worked a part-time job throughout high school. Here's an excerpt from her essay. If there was ever a day when my integrity was challenged, it was the day I saw my coworker walking to work in the freezing cold. Although I was late to school after dropping my coworker off, I was still proud of what I did because I embraced my good morals and did what was right. I knew I had to be held accountable for my actions, but I was okay with that. In my heart, I know I would have been wrong to leave him there that day. I'm so happy that I made that decision. This event has inspired me to live my life with more integrity than I had before. I now encounter situations that make me think back on this event, and I strive to make the right decisions. Melissa plans to pursue a degree in biology at Virginia Commonwealth University. Next, we have Nina Copeland from Stewart's Draft High School. Nina is most proud of not only persevering through an autoimmune disorder, but doing so while maintaining a 4.16 GPA and participating in and leading numerous school clubs and faith-based groups. She believes that to have integrity, one must be held together by a moral code or set of values. For Nina, she credits her faith as the foundation of her integrity. Throughout high school, she was a huddle leader for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, a program mentor for her school's partner service organization, and a member of National Honor Society. Here's an excerpt from her essay. I learned that you never know what someone else is going through. Now I try to put myself in other people's shoes and show kindness to everyone, even strangers. Just because I'm having a bad day doesn't it mean I shouldn't extend grace to others. In fact, I think it means I should make even more of an effort. Nina will attend Mary Baldwin University and double major in history and English. Tatum Harville with Lee High School. Tatum believes that an individual's morals and beliefs are the defining and driving factor behind integrity. And when an individual chooses to carry out his or her embedded morals, integrity will follow and become the basis of all we think, say, and do. She is thankful for her parents for raising her to know God's love and demonstrating how to live a life of integrity. In high school, she was involved in and a leader of numerous clubs, organizations, and volunteer activities, including serving as student government class president for her 10th, 11th, and 12th grade years. When her community experienced the loss of a child, Tatum shared love, empathy, and hope through the tragedy by reaching out to the family and remembering her. Here's an excerpt from her essay. Sometimes living in the moment is far more important than preset plans. Our lives aren't meant to be lived on an agenda. They're meant to be lived in love. She showed me that, and I smiled. This little girl has spread more joy to the world than most would do in a lifetime. Even though her life was cut short, she inspired the growth of her whole family and, in turn, our community. Tatum plans to attend Emory and Henry College and triple major in mass communications, religion, and business. Next, we have Daniel Judy from Highland High School. Daniel discovered what it means to act with integrity when he took action to resolve his county's food insecurity and food desert problems, helping ensure that over 1,500 residents had access to food. For him, integrity means you help others, and when you build up others, they in turn can help and better the community as a whole. Daniel was president of his school's Future Farmers of America, held leadership roles in Student Council Association, and was a member of several athletic teams. Here's an excerpt from his essay. If I had not voiced my concerns strongly on the food insecurity issue and pushed through the obstacles and those opposing it because of a lack of knowledge, I would not have had the opportunity to support my fellow residents, and I would not have been able to learn how food insecurity impacts so many different people. I'm glad that I got the opportunity to stand up for what I thought would make a difference, and even during the times I was standing alone, I stuck with my values and did not give up. Daniel will attend Blue Ridge Community College and pursue a major in animals and poultry sciences. Next, we have George Langhammer from Patrick Henry High School. For George, the importance of integrity was reinforced when completing his Eagle Scout project. By undertaking a complex construction endeavor, he discovered that acting with integrity is not always easy, and there will be moments of adversity and temptation that you must overcome. George participated in many activities throughout high school, but is most proud of achieving the rank of Eagle Scout in the Boy Scouts of America. Here's an excerpt from his essay. Throughout the project, there were multiple instances when I could have taken the easy way out and not maintained my integrity. However, when the problem arose, I thought it was in the best interest for not just myself, but for the community as well, to work with integrity and complete the service project to the best of my ability. George plans to major in political science and government while attending Hampton-Sydney College. Next, we have Fiona Miller, Hidden Valley High School. Fiona is most proud of her position as president of DECA that allowed her the opportunity to impact other students' DECA experience. She discovered that the best way to demonstrate integrity is not only to make the right choices, but to also support, encourage, and help others so they can better themselves, accomplish their goals, and act with integrity. Fiona was captain of the debate team and was selected by the faculty to be a member of the prestigious Titan 12. In addition, she earned her bronze and silver awards from the Girl Scouts of America. Here's an excerpt from her essay. The most important part of living with integrity is correcting your mistakes. People with integrity are portrayed as unwavering stone pillars, never swayed by anger or frustration or fear. I define people with integrity not as those who have made the fewest mistakes, but those that have fixed the most mistakes. People with integrity recognize their wrongdoings, admit to them, and come out with stronger morals. We need more real-world examples of integrity because setting impossible standards of perfection defies human nature, dissuading people from being honest. Fiona will attend Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania and pursue a major in economics with a concentration in social impact and responsibility. Next, we have Abby Musser with Rural Retreat High School in the Southwest Virginia Governor's School. Abby lives a life of integrity by following the advice of novelist, poet, and professor Chinua Achebe. One of the truest tests of integrity is its blunt refusal to be compromised. Abby knows integrity is not earned in a single instance, but formed by a collective series of challenges and experiences. She was the vice president and president of the National Honor Society, held multiple leadership positions on the Student Council Association, and was captain of her volleyball team. When asked what she was most proud of during her high school years, she did not answer her academic or athletic accomplishments, instead saying, "They look great on paper, but they do not fully embody all the work I have put into shaping myself in the most authentic, hardworking, morally strong individual possible." Once incredibly shy and quiet, I have, over the course of my school career, transformed myself into someone who can now speak up, speak out, and hopefully make an impact using both my voice and my character. Abby plans on majoring in psychology and minoring in English at the University of Virginia. Next, we have Ashley Schoenhart from Spotswood High School. Ashley's family and the special needs community have always been an influence and guiding example of integrity. She has seen firsthand how the special needs community acts with integrity, love, support, and acceptance. While volunteering at a dual language summer school program, Ashley discovered another important characteristic of integrity: compassion. She believes an individual that embodies integrity has compassion for oneself and others. Ashley wants to demonstrate compassion and live a life of integrity by becoming an elementary teacher in a dual language program for underprivileged kids. In high school, she was editor of the yearbook and president of Educators Rising. In her essay, Ashley describes the impact of helping a young man with autism who was being bullied at the homecoming dance and then inviting him to join her group. Here's an excerpt from her essay. "The smile on his face was so brilliant, one that is extremely rare to see from him. So we went and danced the rest of the night away and just in general had so much fun. Not only did he get a night that he'll never forget, but so did I. I did not realize it at the time, but the picture of us he asked for is one of my favorite pictures ever. I always look at it as I start my day or in my day and just smile thinking about how good a friend Bradley is and how much of a difference that a simple smile can make on somebody else's day." Ashley will attend Eastern Mennonite University, pursuing a degree in elementary education with a minor in Spanish. Next, we have Abby Stapleton from Eastern Mennonite High School. History tends to repeat itself, and Abby is concerned that the cycle of addiction in her grandmother's and mother's generation with smoking is beginning again in her generation through the popularity of vaping. Based on scientific data and her own personal integrity, she has decided to stand up against companies who seek to lure her peers into unsafe habits and potential addictions. Abby is the founder of the We Serve Club, which now has the largest membership at her high school and provides the opportunity for students to make an impact in their local, national, and international communities through service projects. Abby was also team captain for her varsity soccer and volleyball teams and worked as a research assistant at James Madison University. Here's an excerpt from her essay. "But when I see evidence of harm, I have a passion and conviction to not only make the right choices for myself, but also expect and demand that of those around me. I will continue to seek opportunities to speak out until dangerous vape products are no longer available. It is on this issue that I have taken a stand and demonstrated the integrity that is a part of who I am and who I will continue to be in the future. Abby is pursuing a double major in biology and health science at Furman University. And last but not least, we have Grace Whitehead from Patrick Henry High School. Traumatic events can shape our character and identity. On February 14, 2018, a shooting occurred at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. While watching the devastating news story, Grace decided she could no longer be silent and that she would take a stand against the widespread gun violence. Though Grace was unsure how she could make an impact, she decided to coordinate a candlelight vigil to honor the victims of the tragedy, an event that would later become local and national news and give her the opportunity to use her voice and demonstrate her integrity. Throughout high school, Grace was a mentor for the West End Center for Youth, a homeless assistance team volunteer, and a member of Help Save the Next Girl. Here's an excerpt from her essay. Turning emotion into movement changed my perspective. It allowed me to connect with others and to realize that I am not alone. It proved that change is possible. I realize now that without my sense of moral integrity and willingness to act on my discernment, I never would have been given this life-changing opportunity. Not only do I stand by my decision to take action to stop gun violence, but I intend to repeat it. In the future, I will eagerly recognize that implementing my values into action results in meaningful impacts on the lives of others and myself. Grace will attend James Madison University. Now we're going to have the opportunity of watching a video of our scholarship recipients as they discuss their thoughts and feelings and experiences with having and demonstrating integrity.
Something that makes someone honest and full of integrity is when they use their voice for good. They use their platform for good. They speak out when their friends do something wrong. They're a good influence. Moreover, I think having integrity is having respect for your future. It's putting value in your long-term success rather than just instant gratification. And that, I think that counts for anyone who chooses to live an honest life. It's having ambition to be the best person that you can be, and having your friends live that lifestyle as well.
If someone is struggling to act with integrity, it's really important to just keep other people in mind and the outcomes of what you're doing. And for me personally, I'm always thinking, will this decision impact others negatively or positively? And I always want to make decisions that impact others in a positive way.
A person who embodies integrity is one who's unafraid to go against the crowd in order to stand for what he or she believes. I think that rather than taking the easy path by going along with the current trend, a person of integrity will find their own moral compass and make decisions based on this set of morals. So while they're not afraid to discuss and sometimes even defend their own values, someone of integrity will also not judge or mistreat those whose values differ.
I think when it comes to being a leader, integrity is kind of the number one thing that drives your motives, no matter what you're doing, no matter if you're a leader of an organization or you're a leader of a sports team, even in the real world and in a job or any types of those situations. I think that the number one thing that comes along with integrity is all the morals that are embedded behind it, the way that we've been raised, the things that we believe, the way that we choose to carry ourselves. And I think that ultimately, when we can carry out all of those embedded morals that we've challenged ourselves to have, if we can just say yes to those things on a day-to-day basis, integrity follows behind it, and it becomes the basis of the things that we believe, the things that we do, the things that we achieve, and the way that we carry ourselves. And that's just so important no matter what we do, because it's who we are. When looking at defining characteristics of integrity, one of the first things that comes to my mind is, as a child, and all the way until today, every single night, my mom would always come and say prayers with me before I go to bed. And one of the things that she always prayed over me were the fruit of the Spirit, which are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And honestly, I believe that no matter if you're a Christian or not, no matter what your religion is. Those are all just such amazing characteristics and traits that we can challenge ourselves to have in our day-to-day lives. And if we can truly uphold those, or just strive to uphold them, no one's perfect, but if we can challenge ourselves to say yes to those things each and every day of our lives, in the way that we treat people and the way that we carry ourselves, that's exactly what integrity is. And it's exactly who we need to strive to be on a day-to-day basis.
I believe somebody who has integrity is somebody who has compassion. That's the biggest thing. You know, if you can't care for one another, how do you care for yourself, and how do you hold yourself to such regard? You just have to remember what your goals are and what you hold to be immoral, to live by.
One of my favorite quotes is, if you take the adversity and use it the right way, it can buy you a ticket to a place you couldn't have gone any other way. So I do think that adversity can shape you, and matching that with integrity and handling things with poise can really help. I feel that many people think that integrity is about right or wrong. So my take on it was that it is a refusal to be compromised. And I think that having integrity is staying true to yourself, and what you believe in.
I personally believe that trust and responsibility are two of the biggest key factors of integrity. Without trust nor responsibility, one cannot have integrity. They won't be able to listen or follow through on what you might need them to do, or might not follow through with what they could help you with next time.
I think integrity means that you're a person who always does the right thing, even when you think it's not going to turn out good. Even if you have to face consequences and it's hard, you still do the right thing, and you still choose to be honest, or you still choose to go out of your way to do something to help others. You can learn and grow from your mistakes. And if you deny that they didn't happen, then there's no growth and there's no change. And you're just being dishonest with yourself and with others. Whereas if you had integrity, you could say that you messed up and acknowledge it and fix it and do better.
And he told me this story. It's kind of cheesy, but it always kind of stuck with me. He told me a story about a priest who was doing some really intricate carvings in the rafters of a church. And he spent so much time making sure every detail was absolutely perfect. And eventually someone asked him why he was spending so much time on something that no one would ever see. And the priest replied that God would see his work. And this really made me realize that integrity isn't always about your actions and interactions with others and what other people see. It's also about your attitude and your motivation behind what you do. And that's when I started to ask myself the question, am I doing the right thing because people are watching me, or because God is watching me?
So I think part of it isn't necessarily what you say, it's what you do. And I think acting with integrity is a really important part of the process if you actually want your characteristics of respect and honesty and care for others to really translate into the community around you and into others who you want to impact. So I think that acting is just as important, if not more important, than just discerning things with integrity. Acting on your own, and that alone can inspire other people and have this domino effect that you might not have even seen coming, that can really amplify the effects of your original action. And I think that inspiring people to do the same and showing them the positive effects of your small action is just as important as the small action that you complete yourself. And I think that's one really cool thing that I saw in my experience, was that I was inspired by others, and then hopefully I might have passed that trend along to other people that I know as well, just to make a positive difference in the community. And our community then contributes to the world as a whole, even though it might not seem like it was such a small action. It really does amplify to a greater level. I was thinking about how part of integrity is like sowing seeds that you might not ever see the harvest of. And I was thinking about how scholarships are kind of that way, and how you're kind of investing in me, and just hoping that I have a return on that investment someday. And I'm super thankful for that.
We are so thrilled to have such inspiring and exceptional students of integrity. We certainly hope you've enjoyed getting to know them a little bit as much as we enjoyed getting to know them through the selection process. This program wouldn't have been possible without the hard work and dedication of these exceptional students. Please take a moment to congratulate and celebrate our amazing 2020 students of integrity. On behalf of BBB, I want to thank each of you for inspiring us all with your uplifting words on integrity. Do not falter on the path you are on, and I know you will live a life of success and accomplishment. I'd also like to thank Sarah Lutz, who most of you know as this year's scholarship coordinator. She took this project on for the first time this year and has done an amazing, amazing job. She had a good teacher. Also want to thank Angie Adams, who's been the program's coordinator since the beginning and has helped create and grow this program to what it is today. And I think she did a pretty good job getting Sarah up to speed, and Sarah took it and ran with it. And even with all the obstacles that we've had with the way our worlds have been turned upside down, I think we've managed to turn those lemons into lemonade. So that's a good thing. And then also Chris Runyon, who created the videos and presentation, and is also handling all the promotion of the program and the recipients. If you've looked at our social media, you've probably seen that we've also already started running some short clips of videos of the students. Those will continue as well. We will have a full recording of this ceremony available for you. So check out our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube so that you can learn more about your fellow recipients and maybe share the video of this with your friends and neighbors so they can celebrate your accomplishment with you. And last but not least, we want to thank the parents and guardians of these great students. In most cases, they are celebrating and following the example that you have set for them. Thank you for being such amazing role models and for raising such incredible young men and women of integrity. As we conclude our celebration, I would like to leave you with a few words about resiliency and the future. Obviously, 2020 has brought a time of uncertainty, confusion, and even fear. But what we have seen from our community and from these students in the face of uncertainty and adversity is resilience. They have continuously stepped up to the challenges in both education and life, and have not only overcome these challenges, but turned them into opportunities for learning, change, and success. If these are the future leaders and ambassadors of integrity, and I truly believe they are, we are all in good hands. We wish them the greatest of success in their future endeavors and are confident that their character, values, and principles will help direct their future paths and make them catalysts for change. Thank you all for being with us today to recognize excellence among these outstanding young adults. They truly are the best of the best. Have a great afternoon.